Hey there, welcome back to Ask Amy. I have a question today from Hannah. Hannah says, the topic I want to explore is regarding magical thinking in OCD, specifically as it relates to manifestation. I experience this type of OCD and it massively clashes with my love of manifestation practices. I get so scared that my thoughts will somehow manifest the wrong thing, even though some part of me knows this isn't how it goes. There are moments when those intrusive thoughts just fall away and I realize what I truly am, infinite peace, joy, and abundance. And then there are times when they stick, where I get so pulled into the scary story behind them that I experience so much fear and I end up doing a compulsion. I'm curious your stance on manifestation practices, especially ones that convey the importance of thoughts and generating what you want. I know there are books out there that talk about the power of the mind, and in some ways I find it thrilling, and other ways terrifying. Thank you for what you do, Hannah. Okay, so Hannah, I don't judge or care really what anyone is into or wants to practice, and so I just want to say that up front. Whatever you like, whatever brings you peace and you enjoy it, awesome. And I will say, so I'm not saying this with judgment, I'm saying this as a person who's worked with people in this kind of way for almost 20 years. I have seen a lot of exactly what you're describing. I don't really see how we can deeply believe in like, oh, I create my experience, I create my life with my thinking. When my thinking is a certain way, my life goes a certain way. I don't see how we can really believe that without also having the flip side, which is when my life is not going a certain way, it's my fault. And I'm saying that very bluntly, but we can soften it as much as we want. But honestly, like, I don't get how you don't get one side. You take the package or you don't believe in any of it, is my thinking about it. Like, I don't see how you can only have the fun parts of manifestation and not feel blame and guilt and regret and shame and all the stuff that comes with it. And again, in my experience of working with people for a long time, I don't see anyone that's ever managed to have only the one side. Just my opinion. I think that along with religion and religious dogma and rules and rigidity and contradiction that is there, law of attraction stuff, and again, I'm saying this very broadly as a person that also followed this for a long time, it just looks to me like in most cases, it does more harm than good. And now, I'll say it this way, like, do whatever you want to do whatever feels right to you, do whatever, I'm saying this to everyone, anyone who's listening, do whatever the heck you want. Just know that I think anytime there's a belief system involved, it's going to hit a point. It's going to hit a point where now that belief system, because it's a belief system, it's finite. It is not, it's not the truth of things. It's not, it's not open. It's not free. It's a belief system. It has an opposite. It's rigid in that sense. Anytime there's a belief system that can bring us a lot of peace, like religions, like law of attraction, like any belief system like that can, because we have something to hold on to. And in our mind, we're in our heads thinking, I know how it works. I get it. This is what I believe. It becomes our identity. It can feel very comforting and very peaceful. And it also has the other side. It can't not. It just can't not have the other side. So whenever there's a belief system like that, it might feel peaceful and comforting and grounding and all of that to a point, and then it's going to turn into feel like shackles because you're going to do it wrong or whatever it is, and then now we have the flip side. So again, I don't think that's that controversial. People may not agree with what I'm saying about religion, and that's fine, but I don't think that's that controversial. A belief system is a dualistic kind of construct, right? So we get the good with the bad. And many people are very happy to take that. They want a belief system. There's no shame in that. They want something to hold on to and to help them make sense of life. Awesome. Just know that when we're doing that, we're taking the good with the bad. And I don't see a way to separate the two. Or to take one without the other, I should say. So that's my opinion, since you asked for it. I'm curious in your question. So you say, there are moments when those intrusive thoughts just fall away and I realize what I truly am, infinite peace, joy, and abundance. I would double down there, because when you deeply know that, when that is the truth of things, and then all this other stuff, this thought, this experience, this feeling, this thing I'm manifesting, when all of that comes and goes, but the more that we see there's something that doesn't come and go, and what that is these are concepts too, but we can say it's something more like infinite peace, joy, and abundance, then why are we running around manifesting? Like, why would you have to do that? In other words, for me, the whole thing, and again, I used to do this a lot, so no shame in it. It just looks different to me now. The whole thing about manifesting and all of that is really like, this is not okay. And I'm not saying we all think of it or feel it that way. It's all about getting something we don't have, whether that's a feeling, an experience, an item, whatever it is. It's all about more, which is basically saying this is not enough. It is. I mean, even if you just say something that sounds so innocent, like I just had a podcast, I think last week about this, about joy. I want more joy in my life. I want more fun in my life. Awesome. There's no problem in that. But look again, when somebody's saying that over and over and feeling like, no, but I just need more of this, I need more of that, we're really saying what's here now is not okay. And it does feel that way often, but we want to be curious about why it feels that way. It feels that like right now is not enough, it's not okay, because we're identified with thought, period. When thought shifts out of the way a little bit, when we start to see beyond the routine narratives of things, there's the pull to bring different stuff in and to have something you don't have and to go create something. In my experience, it just falls away. There's just it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But I know that's not, like, that doesn't happen overnight necessarily. So what I would say for you, Hannah, is even if you just have these tiny glimpses where you know that you are infinite peace, joy, and abundance, go there. Go there. See that is you. Hang out there, like best you can, and not as a thing to manifest, but as a knowing, like from a place of knowing that is what's real. None of this other stuff is real. Running around trying to bring in something else that's also not real because it comes and goes. It's just kind of mucking around in all the coming and going stuff. Keep looking for what's always here. That's way better. Way more of what you're actually looking for than anything you will ever manifest. I 100% promise you that. So also when you say, about the power of the mind, I guess, things that convey the importance of thoughts in generating what you want. And there are books about the power of the mind. Some ways I find it thrilling, other ways terrifying. I don't know. I think just consider this. The mind, it's just a tool. And when we're very mind identified, it does look like it's super powerful and this is our superpower. Like, this is our tool. Use your mind and get what you want and feel how you want to feel. It really looks that way when all we know is thought, and I'm saying that too strongly. It's not all you know, but when we're super identified with thought, we're going to keep using that tool, and that's going to look like the best tool. There's a lot more than thought. Like a lot more, like a whole lot more. So that's, again, where I would kind of point you in that direction. It's more of what you feel when the intrusive thoughts part. There's something here that has nothing to do with thought. Thought is powerful, but it's definitely not the only game in town at all. So I would stay super curious about what's here that's not thought. And again, kind of keep looking in that direction. So thank you for sending your question. I hope this is helpful. Send your questions to askamy@thelittleschoolofbigchange.com, and I'll see you guys next week.